What would you say the draft horse is a symbol of in this changing society?
I guess I feel like the draft horse symbolizes a stability and an honesty, maybe and a gentleness.
The draft horse is part of the heritage or part of the past of the farming community, even though it was not used 100% for farming. It was used in the steel mills and in the meat packing business and everything. But I look at it as a symbol of our past.
You used to farm with horses?
Yep. When I was a kid at home, we had horses. I can remember my father plowing with them. I have disc with them, I've drug with them, I've cultivated corn with them.
How does the skill of people like my grandpa compare to these people today?
The old-time farmers that farmed with them probably can do just the same as what these guys can do, because they were probably connected more with their horses than some of these people maybe are. Because in them days, them horses was their living.
But you take the difference, I think, what you see in the show horse and what the horse was back when he was a workhorse, you see a lot of difference in it. Because when they was back in the workhorse, you probably didn't see as big a horse as they got today than they had back then. One thing about the show horse is they dock their tail so they can, but the workhorse tail was never docked on account of flies and stuff.
Tell me, how come some people grow up in that kind of background and really don't want anything more to do with the horses, and other people have a real nostalgia about them?
They probably didn't like them in the first place. They hated to work them. And, well, you know, they talk about pollution now. But when you worked horses, you set pollution all day. I mean, he didn't care where he was at, he let you have her. Blast you out. And I don't know, and it was hot when we worked horses and you was in there hitching and that old horse bring his tail around and swat you one, boy, it hurt. You know, and maybe people had enough of it. And then you get up in the morning and say you milk 5 or 6 cows, and then you got to go brush the horse down and clean him up and harness him, and then go and have breakfast and then be in the field at 7 o'clock with him. I mean, why not just use a tractor and get up at 7 and go to the field and forget the milking the cow?
Yeah, especially if the horse had a tendency to step on your toes.
Yeah, there's a lot of work with them. I mean, you had to love your work and you had to love that horse if you was going to get along. If you didn't like him, boy, he didn't like you either.
So what's it like for you folks when the show's all over? Is there a point where it's kind of like it's over and it's sort of let down, or what's it like?
To me, it kind of feels like the show is over right when it's starting, because you've worked so long to put the stalls together, to put the hitches together, to put people together, and now the show is starting and it's going to run by itself because you've got everything and all these people doing their jobs.
Class here today once again is sponsored by Titonka Farm Store, Titonka, Iowa.
What is it that excites people about draft horses?
I think it's the bigness and how light they are on their feet and how they walk and how you got them dressed up and stuff.
As big as they are and as gentle as they are. Something that big can be that gentle and, like he says, that light on their feet and do the performances they give, the performance they give.
Well, if you take and you listen to these wagons, it kind of runs a chill up you. But then out there too, that we've got this big ring where we put 8 hitches in, 6-horse hitches in that one ring, and you got a lot of watching to do.
And the judge looks for is judging equipment, the grooming of the horses. In fact, some shows will tell you specifically what percentage is on equipment and grooming and the conformation of the horse, but primarily a hitch show is a performance show, not a conformation show. And you walk arm in arm with someone, and pretty soon, without realizing it, you are walking in step because it's more comfortable. Horses that are driven together in teams, if you watch them, if they're working good together, it doesn't take too far around the ring, and you will see that they are all in step. And there are even times where you will see a complete 6-horse hitch going by you, and all the horses are in step. Now you know that hitch has been worked together as teams, and they are ready to show because it doesn't take them long to get more comfortable. And the horses on the outside will even learn to take a few extra steps to keep caught up when they're going on the outside of a curve. And that comes with time and practice and repetition.
You see a lot of action, you know, and you see a lot of good animals, a lot of dollars worth. I don't know where in north central Iowa another place would be a good place for a good draft horse show as we have right here in Britt, Iowa.
All the years we've put this show on, anybody that's ever come says, that's quite a show. I will be back. And a lot of them come back every year. The show is on the map. People in the horse industry, and it's spreading to the general public. They know the show's in Britt. They know it's a big show.